Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to another video for GTASC 2015. Another week is in the books, and a new dozen teams have been sliced off the team side, while 50 individuals met their end on the individual side. We have a couple of DQs this week, so let's just go ahead and get them out of the way. Unadulterated Pain has been disqualified from the contest because one of their players were set to no tracking on TA. And Tidy Boy's crew were also disqualified from the team side because one of their members has decided to leave TA. I know, a selfish move if you ask me. And then on the individual side of the contest, Cheetos and Vodka has also been disqualified. I will not be adding the DQ'd teams to the bottom 5 of the group, as teams that are typically disqualified would not have been eliminated, and definitely not in the bottom 5. Alrighty then, moving right along. Team side, and it's a runaway at the top of the board as Achievement Superhero Squad continues to flash their muscle and might as they move away from the pack and separate a near 8k difference from second place. Their badge worthy 560 achievements were good enough for 28,287 TA and had them sitting comfortably in the table's canopy. Settling into second place was Unfinished Business, who still put up 20,730 TA on 346 achievements. The third team spot for this week's podium was this week's leader at midweek in the Filthy Casuals, who notched 256 achievements for 20,420 TA themselves. The League of Shadows moved back into the top 5 after missing being mentioned at midweek and wanted to return into the spotlight. And the Unicorn Farts fell off the podium from midweek, but still finished in the top 5. Shifting to the other side of the spectrum, and its Team Never Complete, who were never able to complete a good run of points this week, and bows out in dead last for the week at 442 TA, on 17 achievements won. Team Frozen couldn't move out of the bottom 3 from midweek, and also meets an early dismissal from the contest, as they could only muster up 28 achievements for 611 TA. Team Draciel Defender rounds out the bottom 3 with 745 TA on 31 achievements. Team Eds and Team Ganon 255 are the best of the worst this week and will enjoy the rest of the contest in spectator mode. The bubble is again where the fun is at this week, as the difference in safety this week was 1 TA point. And when the week rolled over, it was the first team out that soiled themselves in heartbreak as Oops I Crapped My Pants had 53 achievements won for 1,109 TA, while the last team into the third round only had 37 achievements, but for 1,110 TA. The rest of the bubble was no better off, but still had to lose by 1 point. Still, to lose by 1 point would be absolutely heartbreaking, and I feel for you. But, to be fair, the line is only that far down because 2 teams were DQ'd this week. And had they not been, it would have been Touching Cloth and Team Snithel also out this week. Can those 2 teams do something with the dodged bullet, or are they part of the next dozen to go? One thing that I like to mess with on the team side is to see how many teams could have survived the drop if they would have used their bonus. A handful of teams decided to make the call this week and use their bonus that catapulted them over the line. The best example is Correctly Way, who would have finished in dead last this week with 355 TA if it hadn't been for that 1k bonus jumping them into 599th place, and on to the next round. Unfortunately for the 10 non-DQ'd teams, they can never pull off the same stunt. But if they had been, the 10 eligible teams, there were still 6 that had their bonus. And of those 6, all of them could have used the bonus to pole vault themselves into the third scoring period. To the individual side now, it's Irish Warrior 022 back on the podium, and this time it's in first place as he just edges out second by 513 TA with his 14,598 TA on 253 achievements. Nix made too late of a charge for the gold this week and finishes in second with 191 achievements for 14,085 TA himself, as the top 2 put a little space between themselves in third place, as Lex Luthor M18 only ended up with 12,113 TA from 156 achievements. 2 of this week's midweek podium players round out the top 5 in Paul Laserbeam and Blood God Alucard. Bottom side now, and it's Spartan 3 PC that couldn't do anything all week, just gaining 1 achievement from midweek for a total of 2 on the week and negative 615 TA. An almost 300 point gap separates him from the next spot up, and it's Pressalence, who knocked out 8 achievements himself but for only negative 370 TA. The bottom 3 rounds out with Snicken, who only had one achievement for the week and negative 366 TA change. The Indy bottom 5 ends with Corn on Dakaba and Justice EMU. Alright folks, you remember what I asked you to do this week? And it was to score points. And why did I ask you to score points? It was because you didn't want your life in the contest to come down to decimal places again. And guess what happened this week? That's right, independent side ends in decimal places. And why does it end in decimal places? Because the first team out didn't score this week. Yep, Ace of Spades scored 0 achievements but gained 12 TA. In fact, the first 3 out combined ended with a total of 0 achievements. And second and third out had 11 TA gain. Anything at all this week from any of them would have saved themselves. Then again, Beers and Leaves decimals saved them as well with 12 TA despite no achievements won this week. There will come a time that you will not be able to not score and survive, and with the number of players in this contest, that day will come sooner than you expect. So I really recommend scoring if you want to stay in this contest. And of course, of the 50 members that went down, we lost 49 bonuses. And of those 49, 48 of them would have helped a player claw back safety, the only exception being the DQ'd member. Don't forget about your lifelines, and if you've already used yours, don't worry, another chance to get one is coming up in a couple weeks in scoring period number 5. Let us pause now for those who we lost this week, as some of them definitely did not deserve it. Alright, one last matter, and it's the badges. First off, and it's the Overachiever badge, and it's the Achievement Superhero Squad with 28,287 TA. On the individual side, it's Irish Warrior 022 with their 14,598 TA. The next badge is That Was Close, and it is awarded to Touching Cloth on the team side, who survived by just 1 point, and Robin Xbox, who survived on just decimal places on the independent side. The third badge is the Ratio Grinder badge, and it goes to Guybrush Threepwood and the Monkey Island All-Stars, who showed that they have more talents than just holding their breath underwater for 10 minutes, by sharpening off a 5.4555 ratio. And on the indie side, it goes to Sangrias, with their 9.8014 ratio. Fourth badge is That Was Easy, and that went to Correctly Way for their 0.8452 ratio. And on the independent side, it goes to Galaxy Golden for his negative 7.3040 ratio. That's correct. Negative 7.3040. The final badge is the Achieveaholics badge, and I can bet you guys will be stunned to hear of which team grabbed it on the team side. Yeah, that's right. The Achievement Superhero Squad grabs their second badge of the week and their second Achieveaholics badge of the contest with 560 achievements from this week alone. And on the independent side, it's also a winner in back-to-back weeks, as Soul Shaker has once again grabbed the Achieveaholics badge, this time with 343 achievements. Another good period is finished, folks, but the contest continues on. The days of January are beginning to wane on us, and February is right around the corner. Keep scoring points, and I'll see you at midweek.